Now let's return to one of the stories we covered a little earlier. Former U.S. Vice President Mike Pence has been summoned with the legal summons to testify in a criminal investigation into Donald Trump. Well, for more on this, we can now cross live to the U.S. and speak to Arise U.S. correspondent Rotimi Kade. Rotimi, I want to say thank you very much for joining us here on Newsday. Now tell us more about the subpoena for Mike Pence and the significance of it.
Well, Aaron, thank you very much for having me. First of all, the subpoena was actually held in secrecy until one of the news outlets broke it yesterday. And what it entails basically is that the vice president's role in the 2021 January 6th insurrection of the Capitol was what the grand jury, Jack Smith, actually wanted to know more. Don't forget that Pence actually said publicly that he's willing to share his own side of the story. And two of his lawyers were also subpoenaed earlier, where they confessed that the vice president actually spoke to former President Donald Trump in a way that disappointed the former president in that he said that he doesn't have the unilateral power to overturn the election results, that his job as a vice president was basically to just certify the results that have been collated by all the states. So in the future right now, I think what we're going to be expecting basically is the fact that the revelation that the vice president actually made to the special counsel, which in my opinion would be held in secrecy for a very long time, because it could have some sort of implication if it's made public at this time. And also, there are so many conspiracy theories that says that the vice president could evoke the special privilege that he enjoyed under the Trump administration, not to disclose anything he discussed with the former president. And that's also a possibility. But right now we're keeping our fingers crossed to see what this special counsel is going to come up with during those investigations.
Well, thank you, Rotimi. How could this actually impact, Mike Pence when it comes to his potential bid to run for president come 2025?
Well, actually, 2024.
Excuse me.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Actually, I think Mike Pence has been someone who deliberately carved the niche for himself as a result of what happened in January 6, 2020, insurrection of the Capitol. And ever since, he has fallen out with his former boss, which is Donald Trump. And for some reason, he's been able to project himself as, an alternative to Trump, that you could still hold on to the conservative ideals at the same time, win the hearts and minds of the people. Within the conservative, movement, there's been this rallying cry that Donald Trump is not, the candidate that is suitable for 2024 elections because of, because of his unilateral handling of the January 6th insurrection of the Capitol. And that is, a major blow for, Trump administration, or the Trump presidency, I should say. So Mike Pence is also, presenting himself. But this grand jury investigation may absolutely have nothing to do with, its 2024 bid, because will it affect it? That is really, up for debate. But for now, it could also help him, in isolating himself from, the former president and the events that happened. And that could really, have some sort of, resonance with, the Republican base, which is very critical to any candidate that wants to be the standard bearer of the party in 2024.
All right, Rotimi, let's turn attention to what happened last week and the China balloon shut down by the U.S. Last weekend. But I understand that we have more information coming in about this device, which China claimed was just a weather balloon.
Oh, well, there are a lot of information that the Pentagon is actually keeping close to their chest at this moment. But according to the Pentagon statement yesterday, they said they're familiar with this device. They're trying to get some of the debris from the ocean. Remember, it was shut down. So they're trying to do some sort of analysis of what the Chinese balloon device is all about. And this has been going on for a couple of years. It was revealed during the course of the outrage that these particular balloons had been in the U.S. airspace 4 times, 3 times under the Trump administration, and 1 time during the early days of the Biden administration. This most likely going to be the 5th time. And the question is, why didn't the U.S. military do something about it until, it was obvious that, the people are now aware that the Chinese balloon has been, hovering the U.S. airspace. Though Chinese as well have also said, well, this is just, a way of, trying to gather not secret information, but who believes the Chinese anyways. But, at this point in time, I think what is very critical for the relations between the United States and China is for them to actually find a common ground. But it's almost like the battle line has been drawn, between both of them as a result of this particular balloon. But there's been questions that have been asked by citizens here in the United States. Why does this, Chinese, voyage, I would say, took so long? Who knows what information they might have gotten as a result of this thing that's been going on for several years now.
Well, thank you so much. Arise U.S. correspondent Rotimi Kade. We appreciate your time and analysis here on Newsday, as always.